Boom! At the open, our all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at it's sad like she fine as I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5-6. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot keys. Strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, open up some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETLs, making profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trick and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs profits. Light up watching them candles profits. While I'm still in my sand making profits. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profit. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profit. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profit. That TTG money gang, making profit. We some snipers.
Hey, you. What's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. It's the day before CPI. Tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, we're going to find out what the current state of inflation is. Coming right after the Fed just raised rates 25 basis points. Everybody wants to know, especially after the labor number that we got, jobs report number that we got the other day, still showing that the labor market is extremely strong and tight. Unemployment actually went down to 3.4% from 3.5%. Is that going to be a little bit of a sign of things to come, that maybe inflation might come in hotter than expected, considering how strong and how tight that labor market is? Or do the effects of the banking crisis and situation tighten up lending and credit enough to slow down demand to actually bring inflation down? You have a push-pull going on these two sides, with two different major factors in the economy having that push-pull on inflation. We're going to find out what that number is tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. The markets have been eerily quiet for the last 2 days. The two smallest trading ranges of the entire year, yesterday and today, where the SPY moved about $1.25 from its high to its low, which is extremely tight. It's very, very, very low volatility. But do not be fooled by the trading action from yesterday and today. Do not be fooled or lulled to sleep by the lack of volatility and the lack of large movements that you got in the markets today and yesterday, because tomorrow's CPI number is surely to move this market. The markets were quiet for the last 2 days, very specifically because everybody's waiting for that CPI number. So once that CPI number comes out, you will start to see funds repositioning themselves, or really finally taking a stance and sinking their teeth into a directional move. What we're going to do today on this live stream, you got a bunch of earnings that are out. Airbnb, Electronic Arts, a bunch of different earnings are coming out. Rivian earnings. You got a bunch of Occidental, bunch of companies coming out with earnings. We're going to go through it. We'll talk to you guys and analyze those earnings. But most importantly, we're going to go over the game plan for tomorrow. If this, then that type of scenarios, so that we know what to do when that CPI number comes out, to put ourselves in the best possible position to make money from it tomorrow. And that's going to be the highlight here of this live stream and the focus. And I'll let you guys also ask me a bunch of questions. I'm sure we have a ton of questions from people. So make sure you guys give me your undivided attention, because tomorrow it's going to be a huge day in the markets. What's up, folks? My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, but now the current head trader and co-founder of TTG. If you don't know by now, we are the fastest growing and highest rated premium online education platform that's available to the retail trader today. So if you're ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you folks have come to the right place, because 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live right here, where myself, other TTG Pro trading mods, and special guests drop golden nuggets, give you free lessons, education, analysis, and trade ideas that can help you guys become better traders. So take a moment, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, make sure you never miss out on any of these live streams. You certainly don't want to miss any of these lives, guys, because why should you listen to anything that I have to say? Well, I didn't figure this stuff out on my own by sifting through hours of YouTube videos. I began my career working at a fund in New York City. It was my very first job at a college, where I had to go through a 3-month educational training program where I was taught by other professionals how to navigate the markets properly. That's where I learned. Then 2008 happened. That was the Great Recession, the stock market crash, but also the same year that I received one of the Funds Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group, and along with my team of 9 professional trading mods and an over 30-person staff, we've helped thousands of traders from all over the world, from all walks of life, reach their goals of profitability. So we actually have members in over 100 different countries now. Truly a global community when you guys join True Trading Group. But we're the fastest growing and highest rated platform out there, simply because we combine university level trading and investing courses, which is a simplified and expanded upon version of the 3-month educational training program that I learned working at the fund. We paired that with premium stock market tools. We do live workshops and individual mentorship for stocks, options, crypto, futures, for all styles of trading, swing trading, day trading, also long-term investing. See, we take that university level curriculum, we combine it with today's top financial tools that are worth over $5,000 a year on their own. These are tools that you guys need. Gives you more information, helps you make better decisions. But I know it's a lot of money. That's why we spend years building relationships with these companies so we can put their products on our platform at no additional cost to you. All right, so right away saves you around $5,000 to $6,000 a year. All right, you'll also have access to the members, our community, the most helpful, supportive, successful community of traders you're ever going to find. And of course, you get all the real-time trade alerts from myself and the rest of the community of the moderators at True Trading Group that collectively have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate of just around 80% now going on the last 3 years. So again, take a moment, smash that like button, guys, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on your notifications. Make sure you never miss out on any one of these live streams. So like I said, it's going to be, a pretty wild day in the markets tomorrow when you get all this information, this inflation data. So we're going to talk about that. Before I get into the CPI numbers and my game plan for tomorrow, I do want to hit on the earnings that we have coming out, and I'll touch on Airbnb first because this one is a slaughter fest. Stock is down 9% on light guidance. Stock's down 9% on light guidance. They actually beat. Their earnings themselves were good. Their guidance is light. 18 cents a share beat on earnings per share. That's versus a 7-cent expectation. And 1.8 billion in sales versus 1.6 billion estimate. But then they're falling a little bit soft on the guidance, and that has the stock trading down 9%, down $11. You can see a big red sell-off candle there on Airbnb as that stock is trading significantly to the downside. Rivian numbers are just out. Did I just see that correctly? They ended $11 billion in cash. So Q1 deliveries, 7,900. Production, 9,400. The stock is flat. I'm actually surprised that Rivian stock is flat. You would have thought you would have a little bit more volatility on Rivian. They did beat on revenue, 661 million versus 652 million. Versus that was the expectations. They beat on earnings per share. They lost $1.25 a share versus expectations of them losing $1.58 a share. They reaffirmed their guidance for 2023. And their 2023 production guidance of over 50,000 vehicles remains on track, which is interesting because in Q1, they only produced 9,400 vehicles, but they still are saying we're going to produce 50,000 by the end of the year. And that is earnings out. There you go. Now you're getting a little bit more upside there on Rivian. Stock's still not a big move. Stock's up 4% there for Rivian. Then you have Wynn Resorts, right? These are the big names. You have some other smaller companies coming out with earnings also, but these are kind of the big ones. Wynn Resorts earnings per share is a beat, 29 cents versus the expectation of them losing a cent. Sales are also a beat, 1.42 billion versus expectations of 1.37 billion estimates. They're also bringing that dividend back, and that has Wynn Resorts trading slightly to the upside. I would have expected actually a little bit more of a move here, but this is just such a huge resistance level for Wynn right up here around 120. And I'll just draw this line across for you guys on Wynn. You can see here, this was such a massive level of support back in 2021. And now the last 4 or 5 times that we've gotten to this level, it's been rejecting, acting as a level of resistance off that 120 level. And even with this earnings report, which is actually a good one, still not enough to break it above and break it up and out of that resistance level. So watch for pullbacks on Wynn off of that 119 area. You also have, while we are live right now, you also have Biden meeting with congressional leaders about the debt ceiling, trying to see if they can come to some type of an agreement to raise the debt ceiling so that the U.S. does not default on its debt. And you have congressional leaders that are just sitting right now. They actually have it on CNBC. So we'll see if there's any updates with that, if there's any headway there. And if that is the case, if you do get some positive news out, you maybe see the markets move to the upside if there is some type of a update regarding the debt ceiling. And if it seems like they're closer to some type of an agreement, that could see the markets move to the upside, as that's just one less thing for the markets to worry about. Next up on the earnings front, guys, is Occidental, OXY. This is the company that Warren Buffett has been buying up a ton of. The guy almost owns like half the company with the amount of shares that he's been buying over the course of the last year. And they are a miss on earnings per share, $1.09 versus $1.24 expectations. Sales are also a miss, 7.26 billion versus 7.37 billion. So that is a miss for Occidental. That has that stock trading down 1%. And it looks like lastly, we'll hit on Electronic Arts. And Electronic Arts is out as well. And these are beats. Beats across the board, beats on earnings per share, beats on sales for Electronic Arts. And that stock is now climbing back to the upside, up about 3%. And those are kind of the big movers. Those are kind of the big. Oh, Twilio. I forgot to mention Twilio. Twilio is getting smashed right now, guys. Twilio is another one. That's another big name that just came out here with earnings. And they beat on earnings per share, 47 cents versus 21 cents. They beat on sales, 1.01 billion versus expectations of 1 billion. But their guidance is light. They see Q2 revenue 980 to 990 million. That's versus an expectation of 1.05 billion. And they are giving you earnings per share 27 cents to 31 cents versus expectations of 29 cents. So falling light on guidance on Twilio, and that stock now trading to the downside. Affirm is also out. That stock's not moving, so not really much to talk about there. They're kind of in line with expectations. They beat on earnings per share. They beat on sales and Q4 revenue. Let's see here. Their actually guidance is a little bit higher than analysts, a little bit higher. Fiscal year revenue 1.53 to 1.56, and expectations were 1.52. So a little bit higher on that guidance for Affirm, but that stock right now trading up 7% on the back of its earnings. And those are kind of the big names that have come out with earnings. And, these aren't stocks that are big enough to really move the market. And you can see here the SPY, not really much happening here after hours. So what we'll do here, guys, I would like to go over with you guys my thoughts on the overall markets and my thoughts on the CPI number. All right. So that's kind of what I want to focus on here today. And to do so, what I'll do now is I'll pull up the expectations for CPI, and then I'll do a Q&A session. You guys can ask me a bunch of questions. All right, so here we go. So here's the chart. Here we have up on the SPY. Now, the expectations. CPI headline number. Expectation is to be 5.0. 5.0. The month-over-month number is expected at 0.4. The core CPI is expected to be 5.5. The core CPI month-over-month is expected to be 0.4. Okay, so 5.0 headline, 5.5 core. Those are the year-over-year numbers that we're expecting on the CPI number. The month-over-month, 0.4 for both. Now, let me preface this by telling you, I don't try to predict this data. There's no way for me to know with any conviction or certainty or any advantage or edge what this data is going to be. So I don't try to come on these live streams and say, oh, this is my prediction for CPI. And if I'm right, then I'm the greatest trader ever. And if I'm wrong, I suck. No, it's a total guess. Anyone that comes out with their guesses is exactly that. It is a guess. You've actually only had over the last year, every time the CPI number comes out, the average analyst community expectation has only been right 1 or 2 times. Every other CPI number over the last year has come in either above or below the analyst's expectation. So don't let anybody try to pretend like they know what these numbers are going to be. Rather, what I like to try to do is, instead of guessing, because if I wanted a 50-50 chance of being right or wrong on something, I would just go to Vegas. I don't like 50-50 odds. I like 75% odds, right? And now that's what I like to find in the market, position myself for that probability, and that's how we take advantage of the opportunities that we have in the market. So rather than try to predict what this information is, I try to react to it and say to myself, okay, well, if the market's expecting a 5.0 headline number, what happens if it comes in at 5.0, 5.1, 5.2, 4.9? What happens if the numbers are higher, lower, or right at it? And that's how I like to go about, adjusting and identifying my game plans and how I plan on making money. You have a major resistance level right now in the overall markets that sits right here in front of 420. Okay. It's in the high teens. Okay. Like 416, 417. You see the resistance level right here. And you see this resistance level that you have here for the last couple of weeks. Okay, this is a huge level of resistance that the SPY has been unable to get above now for the last couple of weeks. If you break above this level, you then have 430, which is, in my opinion, an even bigger level of resistance. And that's going to be right up there around 430 if we do push through this level. But what I'm looking for here is a CPI number. If it comes in line with expectations, so if it comes in at 5.0, if it comes in at 5.0, I think you could get a little bit of a move to the upside. I don't think you get like a crazy gap up to like 420 or anything like that, but I could see the markets trade back up to 416, 417, the top end of this range. If it comes in line with the expectations, but I think you would need everything to come in line with expectations. I think you would need the core number to be 5.5, the headline number to be 5.0, and both month over months to be 0.4. If you get a mixed bag where some of the numbers are in line, some numbers are high, I think then there's a little bit of a different story. But right now I'm giving you the scenario. If I think the numbers come in line with expectations, I think you can see a nice, decent little green day that takes you up into those mid to high 14s, like that 416, 417 range, if it's in line with expectations. But then I think the market tries to stall out up there once you get to the top end of that, like 417, when I think you'll start to kind of top out and kind of run out of steam up there and then kind of take a little bit of a pause and a little bit of a breather. And then you got PPI numbers on Thursday. Now, if it's a mixed bag, I think you could see kind of a flattish day, like an indecision doji type of day, where you get a candle that's maybe a little bit wider range, but breaks above yesterday's highs and also below yesterday's lows and puts in a bit of an indecision candle and just keeps you inside of this consolidation. This is a very wide range consolidation. You have lows at 404, highs up around 416. And this is that little consolidation channel that we've been in. I think you stay inside of this consolidation channel if that number comes in a mixed bag. Okay, then I think it's actually a little bit of a chop fest if it comes in as a mixed bag. If these numbers come in under the expectation, if you get a 4 handle, if you get a 4 handle on that CPI number and it is 4.9, and let's say the core number is 5.3, when the expectation is 5.5, it's breakout city. I think it's breakout city if you get underneath 5.0. At that point, I'd say you get a big green day in the market, but that big green day in the market, I think, gives you follow through on Thursday. And I think you can see 2 big green days that take you up into the 420s, and then you'll start flirting with that resistance level up there around 430. That's only if the numbers come in under the expectation. So you need a 4 handle print, which means 4.9 or under on the headline CPI. And then the core numbers expected 5.5. Maybe that comes in 5.3, 5.4, and the headline's 4.9. Then I think the markets give you a very strong green day tomorrow. We close up around 418 or so, 417, and get follow through towards 420 on Thursday. Now, if the numbers come in above expectations, I think that really worries the market. Because the Fed raised rates 25 basis points last week. A lot of people thought they shouldn't raise rates at all. People were concerned, what's that going to do to the banking system and the regional banks that are struggling? If this number comes in above expectations, then the thoughts are they might raise rates again at the June meeting. And if they raise rates again at the June meeting, investors are going to be very nervous about some of the regional banks. And what you'll probably see happen is you'll probably see PacWest, Western Alliance, Metropolitan Bank, Zion Bank. You'll probably see some of those regional banks sell off tomorrow if the CPI number comes in higher than expected. And if those regional banks start to sell off tomorrow, I think that pulls the rest of the market down with it as investors start to fear the possibility of another rate hike in June. Because if you got to think of what the data is telling you. If you got a labor report last week that was stronger than expected, that's inflationary. Then you get the inflation number and it actually shows you inflation is higher than expected. That nerves the markets. That talks about another rate hike when people didn't want them to raise rates this past time. That's another hike being priced in for next month. And then I think that pressures the markets to the downside. And if that is the case, I think you look for a straight shot right to 404. 404 is my target if the number comes in higher than expected, and that tests the bottom end of this range, which I think eventually breaks. You have a double bottom here at 404. Right? Very clear as day. Double bottom at 404. Then you have the 50-day moving average, that dark blue line on my screen. That's the 50-day moving average. So if that number comes in higher than expected, look for a big red day that takes you down into 404. And you get something that looks like this. And then I think maybe on Thursday, you get a little bit of a breather where the markets try to bounce off the 50-day because the PPI number comes in lighter than expected, because PPI is cooperating much better than CPI. And then I think you'll get the continuation, though, when you finally break it down and you get a candle pattern formation that looks something like this if the number comes in hot tomorrow. So it would be downside. PPI number gives the markets a little bit of a breather. Selling pressure continues then on Friday as more selling pressure comes into the banks, as people become more fearful of a rate hike in June. So this is the way that I plan on kind of trading through this tomorrow. I don't have any open positions right now. I don't carry open positions into these binary events like this, that there's no way for me to know what the data is going to be. I can't predict it. I don't try to predict it. I try to react to it and understand how the markets will react based on what the numbers are. So I'm not surprised. The number comes out at 8:30. We'll be live with all of our members inside chat. If you can't be in front of your computer, use the mobile app. We'll go through all of that with you guys live, and then to explain to you, break down what the numbers are, and then go over where we see the opportunity. Okay, but now you guys know my game plan. These are my initial thoughts. If the number comes in line with expectations, if it's a mixed bag, if the number comes in light, if the number comes in hot, these are the levels that I'm going to be looking for. And as far as the follow-through move, okay, that's going to be obviously if the number's high or if the number's low. I think it's choppy if the number is a mixed bag. I think it's a green day, but a little bit less follow-through if the numbers come in line with expectations. All right. So that's kind of my game plan for tomorrow. Like I said, we got to prepare for CPI. Now you guys know what my thoughts are regarding that. What I want to do right now is kind of open the floor up and do a little open blanket Q&A session now that I just talked to you guys about all of this information, talk to you about CPI, some of the earnings that just came out. I want to give you guys a chance now to ask me questions, right? Asking questions is how you learn. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Remember, asking questions is how you learn. So go ahead right now, guys. Begin typing your questions in chat. Ask me anything that's on your mind. We'll throw those questions up on the screen, and I'll be happy to answer them. Just type those questions right now in chat. If CPI is under 5, is it automatic to buy that January 24th SPY put? I mean, I wouldn't buy it like that very second, because what I think, well, when that number comes out, you're not going to be able to buy the options anyway because the market's closed. The options will start trading at 9:30. But if CPI is under 5%, I think you're going to get more than just one green day. So I would maybe wait 2 or 3 days, let the SPY push into the 420s, and then I would start buying that. Then I would start buying that put. Will bad debt ceiling news trump CPI, PPI data? Yes, but no. And let me explain what I mean by that. The debt ceiling news is not something that the market's going to worry about today or tomorrow. Because every single time in history that we have had this debate, whether it's a Democrat president, a Republican president, we've raised the debt ceiling many times in the past. Every single time, Democrats and Republicans, they kick and scream, they throw sand at each other, they bicker back and forth like 5-year-olds. And then at the end of the day, there's a deal that is done to raise the debt ceiling before you have the deadline. So I expect the exact same thing to happen this time around. There's going to be a lot of kicking and screaming back and forth. But when it comes to the deadline, I think there's going to be a deal. And the market believes that also. If the market really believed that we were going to default on our debt and there was not going to be a deal, the SPY would be nowhere near 411. If there was not a deal and the US actually defaulted on its debt, then you are going significantly to the downside. You'd be nowhere near 411. So no investor on Wall Street right now is betting that the US is going to default on its debt, nor should they bet that the US is going to default on its debt, because that's not happened before. And you're talking about a situation where, I don't think either party is stupid enough to let that happen. So it would take precedent if you said, hey, Mike, tomorrow's the deadline for the debt ceiling. Tomorrow's also CPI. Then yes, debt ceiling would take precedent over CPI. But that's not the case. So tomorrow, you're going to get the CPI number. It doesn't matter how this meeting goes between Biden and congressional leaders right now. It can say it went absolutely terrible. They all stormed out. They curse each other out. There's no agreement. The markets are still not going to price that in as, oh, wait a second, maybe there's not going to be a deal. The market's going to focus on CPI tomorrow. As you get closer to the June 1st deadline that Janet Yellen has imposed and said, hey, we got to figure this out by June 1st. And if there's still not a deal by the last week of May, then you'll start to get some of that anxiety come into the market. And then you'll start to get a little bit of that pricing in of the possibility of no deal. But I still think there's going to be a deal. They've done the same thing throughout history over and over and over again, like clockwork. I expect it to be no different this time around. I'm new. What is SPI or what is CPI? Professor X, it's CPI. CPI stands for the Consumer Price Index. It's how we measure inflation. So the Consumer Price Index factors in the rate of change in the prices that everyday consumers purchase. So CPI is going to be housing, it's going to be cars, it's going to be like health insurance and medical treatments, it's going to be food prices, it's going to be energy prices. So these are all the different things that are factored into a CPI report. It's the things that you and I spend our money on every month, right? So what is the rate of change in those prices? All right. So that is what the CPI number is. It stands for Consumer Price Index. That is the number that we are getting tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. What stocks would you focus on to short that are weak if the numbers are below expectations? I think you mean the other way around. I'm not shorting anything if the number's below expectations. So I assume you mean if the numbers are above expectations. So if you're expecting a 5.0 number for the headline CPI and it comes in 5.3, right? Then what are we going to short? I would short the banks. I would short the regional banks, because I think that would tell you, okay, I would short the KRE, I would short Western Alliance, I would short PacWest, I would short Zion, because if the CPI number comes in really high, then the likelihood of another rate hike gets priced into the market, and another rate hike adds to uncertainty and it adds to the stress of the regional bank system. So I think you'll probably see selling pressure come into the regional banks if the number is significantly higher. You guys are asking some fantastic questions, guys. Keep it up. Keep it up. I'm here to answer your questions. On your first take profit in a trade, do you typically have a risk reward ratio of 1-to-1 and second take at least 2-to-1? Yeah, Matt, pretty much. But it's not, I don't get into a trade and then take profits based on a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1. That risk reward of 1-to-1, 2-to-1 is meant as a gauge to help you determine if a trade is worth it or not. You don't get into a trade and just automatically, okay, I'll take profit 1-to-1, I'll take profit 2-to-1. You just look at your setup and say, okay, well, if I buy here, where are my resistance levels that I want to take profit? So if you buy it, 100, your stop loss is 99, and your first take profit's 101, that's just a 1-to-1. But I'm not taking profit 1-to-1 on the first take just because it's 1-to-1. It's just, where's the first, like maybe my first profit target is 101.50. Well, that's a 1.5-to-1 on my first take profit. Cool. It means it's worth it for me to take the trade. You want to find trades that are a minimum of 2-to-1. But when I talk about a minimum of 2-to-1, you want your bulk take profit, your second take profit. That is where you want at least a 2-to-1 risk reward. The first take profit, and you guys will learn this as members of True Trading Group. I teach a tier trading system, which helps you stay in winning trades longer, and it helps you keep your losing trades small. You'll learn that when you get to your first take profit, you sell 25% of your position. This is not meant to be a moneymaker. This is meant to be a insurance policy. It's meant to reduce your risk in case the trade doesn't work and makes it easier for you to hold during a pullback or a bounce, whatever, if you're long or short, so you can capitalize on the bigger move. A lot of traders have a very hard time holding for the bigger move. They get shaken out on little pullbacks or little bounces. They're like, and they get out of the trade. And an hour or two later, the stock is significantly higher. And if they just stayed in the trade the whole time, they'd be up. Never mind you making $100, you could have made $300, but you got shaken out of your trade. So that first take profit is meant to reduce your risk, help you be more comfortable to hold longer to capitalize on the bigger move. So I don't mind a 1-to-1 on that first take because it's insurance. It's not a real money maker. You make your money on profit targets 2 and 3. And you guys will learn this as members of True Trading Group. You'll learn how to implement that tier trading strategy. Guys, my members of True Trading Group, just type the number 1 in chat right now if the tier trading strategy that I've taught you guys, if this has helped you become a better trader and has helped you make money, go ahead and type the number 1 inside chat right now. Again, guys, this is something that you'll learn as a member of TTG. It's so important. It's so crucial in your trading that there's an entire course dedicated to the tier trading system. When you guys go through the courses, you'll learn all this once you guys become full-time members. So you guys can just pay attention how many people you see here, type in the number 1, just to see how important that tier trading system is. Again, it's designed specifically to do 2 things: help keep losing trades small and help you stay in winning trades longer. So if you struggle with either one of those things, your losses are too big and you always get out of winning trades too soon, and you always say, oh man, if I only held, or oh, look how much money I left on the table. If that's always happening to you, this will help prevent that. You can see from all the people that are commenting in chat right now. I'm actually curious, members of True Trading, because I know I just asked you guys about the tier trading system, if it's helping you guys. But now just tell me, are you making money with True Trading Group? Type the $ in chat right now. If you guys are members and you're making money, you guys are becoming better traders, just go ahead right now and type the $ in chat real quick. I want to see who we have, how many people we have that are here with us today that are making money now with True Trading Group. Because anyone that's viewing this live stream, that's trying to prepare, trying to game plan for tomorrow's CPI number, pay attention to what you see here. These are members that are just like you. They found us the same way you did, one of these live streams, and now they're making money and they're becoming better traders because of True Trading Group. It's amazing what professional guidance, a professional education, professional tools that a genuine community can really do for your trading results. These people have all the same excuses that you have for yourself. Small account, full-time job, lost money before, no experience, but yet now they're telling you they're actually making money. You guys got to start game planning, get real guidance and real advice. And that's what you guys will be getting inside of True Trading Group. So I think it was important for you guys to see that stuff for yourself. Now, Upstart is ripping on the back of its earnings. Upstart's up 48% right now, guys, after its earnings. So they beat on earnings per share. They raised their guidance. So they beat on earnings per share. They lost 47 cents versus expectations of losing 81 cents. Sales were 103 million, which is a miss compared to 109 million. But they actually, look at this jump. Look at this jump. They only did $103 million in sales for the first quarter. For Q2, they're expecting 135 million. That is 30% higher than their Q1 numbers. That is a huge bump in guidance, and that is what has the stock soaring. It is now up 55%. Upstart is exploding, guys. Get this one up on the watch list. $21, up 55%. Resistance at 22. At this point, I'd be surprised if we don't get to 22. Watch for support on pullbacks underneath $20, 1975-ish. Watch for support there. If you get pullbacks here after hours, what I'm looking at right now is the 200-day moving average. That's this yellow line you see on my screen. We just broke above that yellow line. You look back to the left. You also have some pivot resistance points here from February and March. Look for that to hold support and look for the extension to your next resistance, which is 22, which is this pivot top right there from the middle of February. And I think Upstart can get there. Stock trading now up 53% on the back of its earnings. Keep the questions rolling, though, folks. Keep the questions rolling. You guys are doing a great job. I love the question. You guys are asking some fantastic questions. That's how we learn, right? That's why we're here. If you tend towards either being a bull or bear, what can one do to not have that tendency? Turn into a permanent bias so you are equally comfortable trading up or down. Wow. Shark sandwich. That's a fantastic question. That is a fantastic question. My advice to you, if you find yourself always having a bias and that's getting you in trouble, when you look for trade setups, instead of you looking for the setup that you're so let's say, for example, you want to be long a stock. Instead of you looking for reasons to get long, look for reasons to get short. If you can't find a single reason to get short, chances are you probably have a good long on your hands. Now, if you can make a compelling argument to get short, you might want to think twice about the long. Traders tend to see what they want to see. So like if you want to see a reason that a stock's going to go up because you're biased, you're going to find reasons. And that bias could blind you to warning signs or other reasons why the stock might be looking like a good short setup. So look for the opposite side of the trade. If you want to be long a stock, you say, hey, I'm looking at AMD. I think AMD is a good long. Great. Give me reasons why it's a good short. Analyze the opposite side of the trade. And that's how you can keep yourself neutral and you can keep yourself honest, because then all of a sudden you're going to start to see, oh, but wait a second, there's a double top. Or, oh, wait a second, there's a lower high on lower volume. Or, oh, wait, there's a 200-day moving average is acting as resistance. All of a sudden now you see all these reasons why maybe the stock might go down, and that helps you stay away from a biased long that ends up being a low quality setup. Great question, though, Shark Sandwich. I hope that helps answer your question. I am almost have enough to join your membership. Are you going to have another laptop giveaway? No, Kevin. No, we do not have any more laptop giveaways. All right, we actually closed down the open enrollment. So the way for you guys to join True Trading Group now, if you guys would like to join True Trading Group, now we've grown tremendously over the last several years. And we have, I want to make sure that the people that join True Trading Group going forward share the same values and the same goals that we have at TTG. I don't want you to join True Trading Group if all you want to do is just sit back, do nothing, talk about just wait for the next mother of all short squeeze. Tell me how much you hate Citadel and Ken Griffin. I don't want to talk about that. If you want to talk about when AMC is going to go to 1,000, I don't want to talk about that kind of stuff. You want to come and chat and talk about Mullins going to short squeeze. True Trading Group is not for you. You're not going to come in and just kind of waste our time. We maintain a very high quality chat room during the day where everybody's focusing on making money. We're very damn good at making money. And you saw that before when I asked members of True Trading Group how many people are making money. You saw how many people typed the $. Okay, so we closed down the open enrollment and you guys have to join the trial membership. And then based on the trial, if you want to apply to become an annual member, we may or may not admit you into the membership after seeing your interaction as a trial member. The trial is totally free. I'm curious right now how many people are on here that are not members of TTG. If you guys are not members of TTG, just type the letters TTG if you guys can. Now, if you're a trial member also, or if you're just not a member, just do me a favor and type the letters TTG. I want to see who we have on here that is not a member of True Trading Group. Just go ahead and type TTG. So if you are a trial or you are not a member, type TTG. We got MT, Andreas, YA, Sergey, Soft Swan, Dinosaur, Ray, A, Jagomir, Stuart, Kevin, Jeff. JT. We'll welcome you back home, brother, soon. We will welcome you back home soon. Danielle, Penny. Just keep typing TTG, guys, if you guys are not members of the group. Mike H, TTG. Soft Swan says, I'll subscribe. Are you referring to the YouTube channel? Are you referring to, we got Miss Jenkins. Charlie. Gordy. Yeah, it's starting to move, right? Did it get to 22 yet? Yeah, it did. So you just printed up there 2176. So there's your 22 test. Right, there's your 22 test. There it is, 2176. So everyone, the people that just typed TTG, all the people that are typing TTG, answered this question for me now. What is it? Like, what's your goal from coming on to these live streams? Like, what's your goal right now? Like, you're on this live stream. What is your goal? What are you doing here? Serious question. Like, what is your goal from coming on these live streams? I'm here to make money that I can buy my M4 FE2. Yes, way to go, Keith. Just took profit on UPST. Great job, man. To learn to make money, says Charlie. Tony, you're killing me, man. This is not a trick question. Seriously. I'm genuinely asking you guys. Get as much information as possible for CPI news tomorrow. I know you know what you're talking about. I want to learn how to make money. I want to be able to spend more time with my kids, market info. I want a house with a pool to be able to spend time with my family, spend more time with my girls. I trade and watch your lives, learn the market. My goal is to learn and gain the knowledge to succeed in trading. Trying to understand and learn trade versus ordinary investing, money in stocks, and wait for a result. I want to fire my boss to do what I love to do, living the life of my dreams. I could be a full-time trader and be my own boss. I want to give my family a life I never had. Honestly, I just want to learn as much as I can while I'm trying to save enough money to join. Listen, I'm going to be dead honest with you. Being dead honest with you. Okay. If you did not have enough money to join, right? Guys, our membership is not expensive at all compared to the value that you get versus what other groups and services out there charge. It's extremely affordable. We keep it affordable so that retail members, retail traders, and investors have a real shot at leveling the playing field. And if you can't afford the membership, if it's make or break for you, you should not be trading right now. I mean this genuinely and sincerely. Get your financial situation in order, right? Do whatever it is that you have to do to kind of get, your house in order, your financial situation in order. And True Trading Group will be here when you guys are ready, right? We're not just some flash in the pan. We've been around since 2016. We have members in over 100 different countries. So, this is not like I'm not going to sit here and tell you to, second mortgage your house so you can join True Trading Group like some other services out there do. Get yourself, in a better situation financially. And when you're ready, so that you can actually absorb the information to take advantage of the opportunity, so you can be in the right place psychologically and your back's not up against the wall. We'll be here when you guys are ready for it. I mean this genuinely. I'm not, trying to be, an ass to anybody. I mean it seriously. Sorry, I just want to know your picks. I know all the basics. JJ Yang, you know all the basics. You shouldn't be here. I'm not necessarily just giving you stock picks. Yeah, if you think you're going to come on these live streams, and I'm going to tell you guys, buy this $3 stock because it's going to moon tomorrow. That's not what you get. If you knew the basics, JJ, you wouldn't want or need my picks, or you would say you wouldn't need or want my picks, right? You would just find them yourself. Gaining info and insight. I'm here so that when people talk about dumb money, I'm excluded from that. That's what Mike does for us. I like that, Ben. I like that. Yeah, some people don't know it, but the joke on Wall Street is that retail investors, retail traders, Wall Street professionals call retail dumb money. That's what they call dumb money. And then smart money is what they call themselves. And my goal is for one day for Wall Street to stop referring to retail as dumb money, because retail is finally educated to a point where they now think the right way instead of constantly being on the wrong side of the market. They sell when the market bottoms, they buy when the market tops. And that's a vicious cycle that repeats itself over and over again throughout history. And it's the reason why the retail investor always underperforms the market, because they panic and sell when it crashes, and they run in and buy when the market's at all-time highs. And that's the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do. So when everyone's panicking and they're like, oh, the world is ending, and idiots on YouTube are telling you the stock market's going to go down 80% and we're going to have a depression, that's exactly when you should be buying. Instead, retail gets scared, they sell. But who's buying? Who is retail selling to? You're selling it to Wall Street. You're selling it to the professionals. You're selling it to hedge funds, pension funds, mutual funds. You're selling it to, professional traders. And that's why you're always on the wrong side of things. You're always thinking the wrong way. Listen, guys, if you're not a member, or if you are a trial member and you're interested in really trying to better your life, if this is something that you want to go after, right? You want to truly learn this skill and you want to gain information that can help you make better decisions. I ask you one more time again, type TTG if you are interested in really trying to learn this and better your life and get access to real information that can help you make better decisions. I ask you one more time, type TTG if you're really seriously interested in trying to do this, I want you guys to type TTG. One more time. Last time I'm going to ask you to do it. Sergey, Safwanson, Shah, Ray, Kevin, A86. Just type TTG, guys, if you guys are serious about doing this. Jeff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, I guess some of you aren't serious. You see, when I asked you guys before, if you're not members, type TTG. And now I ask you if you're serious about doing this, far less people typing TTG. That proves the point. Lieutenant Dan, O'Neill, Shabir. Stuart says this platform has value. Leonidas. You know, I just saw, speaking of Leonidas, and I'll tell you this little fun fact as I wait for people to type TTG. I just read somewhere that in the story behind the movie 300 when the Spartans fought off the Persians. I read that Leonidas, when he led the 300 in battle, he was 60 years old. He was 60 years old. That's what I just read. I don't know if that's true or not, but man, I'm 38 and I feel like I would pull a hamstring and I'd just be laid out. I'd be laid out. I don't know if anybody has any information on that, but I thought that was interesting. Yeah, guys, listen. I see a bunch of people that are typing teaching. Adam, why don't you come on here for a second? Guys, if you don't know who Adam is, this is my business partner and co-founder of True Trading Group. Give him a big Ayo.
Hey.
That was good. Good, Adam. Hey.
Yeah, so I see a lot of people. YA says, I want to truly learn this skill, but honestly, I don't think I'm good for this. At times, I'm not confident in myself.
I mean, nobody starts off confident in it.
Yeah, I mean, and with that thought process, I mean, look, you have to have a little bit of hope that things can change, or else you wouldn't be on YouTube looking for things. People only look for things to improve upon when they feel hopeful that they can. If you're completely hopeless and you have no idea how or where to go with something, you're not just gonna stay put. I mean, you're just gonna stay put. So there's a lot of people that type TTG in chat. What I think we should do, Mike, for tonight, because it's CPI tomorrow. Let's do this. For those that are serious, I will open up the annual membership until this live stream is done. And we will give a huge discount on it. And Mike and I will purchase a laptop for you.
Well, you just lumped me in there. It's like, yeah, Mike and I will purchase laptops.
The company's going to buy it, bro. So, I mean, I pay half, you pay half. That's how it works. That's what 50-50 partnership is.
Adam's in a good mood today, guys.
So
I think it makes sense. Honestly, I'm just messing around. I know you messaged me before about it. It is a big day tomorrow, and with everything that's been going on with the debt ceiling, with the regional banks, the CPI number tomorrow could be an outside catalyst that has nothing to do with the banks, has nothing to do with the debt ceiling, but could influence a decision by the Fed that could have a major impact on the stock market and the banks. And I think that's the reason why so many new people are here today, because you know that this is a major catalyst that can have a major impact on these things. And that's why you're here on this live stream, trying to get information on how to best position yourself to take advantage and make money from it. So I really do appreciate that. You saw how many people type TTG here that are new. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, if you guys really are.
But I like how it was less people when you asked it the second time.
Oh, yeah. It shows you.
I found that way more interesting.
Yeah, because guys, listen, I don't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what you need to hear, and like me or not for it. I don't want you to join True Trading Group if you don't share the same values that the rest of the community does. There's a plenty of other Discord services out there that would love to have you. So if you guys are seriously interested in doing this and you're really dedicated to learn a skill that can help better your life and make better decisions, then I'm happy to allow those people into the family and into the community. So that's why we asked that question the second time.
Yeah, I just opened up the annual page. So
back on offer.
Yes, I just opened the annual page. They have, I don't know, I'm sure we'll be on for another 30, 40 minutes. They have 30, 40 minutes to sign up for an annual membership, and then we will close it back out. So I'm sure Mike already spoke to you, but what we're doing with the annual membership is we have closed open enrollment. We're going to open it up literally just for the next 30, 40 minutes while people are on here. And then we're going to close it. You'll have to sign up for the free trial. The price, if and when you decide to be a member, will be anywhere from $1,800 to $2,200 at that time. We'll give it to you for $950 tonight for the whole year with a laptop included, free shipping, ship anywhere on the planet. And we will give you a double your money back guarantee, which Mike will go ahead and explain in a moment. Yeah. So all you need to do is go to ttgoffer.com, put the coupon code TTG121, that's TTG121. The price will adjust from $2,212 down to $950. And that's it. If you can't make your membership fee back in a year, after going through our courses, passing our exams, what am I forgetting? Courses, exams.
And one study group.
We will give you back $1,900. It's 100% return on your money. So.
Hey, that's a deal, guys. That's a deal when you join True Trading Group. I would take advantage of this. You probably have we'll be live probably for the next 30 minutes or so. And once this live stream is over, we'll close it back down and you'll have to just go through the trial membership. And then, like I said, the price will be around $1,800 though when you finish your trial, if you do decide that you want to join the membership. And that's how we'll maintain the quality of the community that we have. But for those of you that did say, when I asked the second time specifically, if you guys are serious about doing this, we'll leave it open for about the next 30 minutes. Go to ttgoffer.com. The coupon code is TTG121. You see a laptop in your checkout cart. That's how you know that you're going to be getting one. It comes with all of our courses. There's no upsell for courses. You get access to every course we have. It's a simplified and expanded upon version of the 3-month educational training program that I went through and I worked with the fund. Joe, why don't you post the link up in chat? Actually, you guys can click on the link that's in chat. You'll see the list of the entire syllabus, so you know exactly what you're going to be learning. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures. You guys have access to all of it. There's no upsell for VIP courses. We don't give you guys half the solution. You also get all of our tools and all the resources that are included with the membership as well. You get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, congressional trading data, so you can track trades by Congress, Quote Media's full book level 2, TradingView's premium charting software, the Trade Ideas scanner, ETNA simulator lets you trade with fake money, but real-time data, so you can practice implementing what you're learning. You're also going to get our own proprietary scanner to let you create your own custom scans, dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, short data, a trading journal.
Everything is on that checkout page.
Yeah, it's all on the checkout page. You guys can see it. The trading journal.
Everything is on the checkout page
Social
or on the link
scanner.
that Joe posted. It's
What?
far more benefit than the money that you are paying. And
It's
it
not
is
even
good
close.
for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's not even close. That's what, guys, these tools that are listed on the checkout page, they would cost you $5,000 to $6,000 if you went directly to the companies yourself and paid for these tools. We built relationships with these companies so we can put their tools on our platform. It's included when you join for the $950. Many of you might pay for some of these things already. Like that Benzinga newsfeed, you go to Benzinga directly to get that congressional trading data. You're spending $1,000 a year. You guys can join our group for $950. It's on the platform. Many of you probably pay for TradingView's premium charting software. That's like $600 a year. Trade ideas, that's another few $100. All this is included, guys, on the platform when you guys join.
Professor X said he joined for the 950. I don't see that it came through. If you're a
yesterday, Adam.
Huh?
He said he joined yesterday.
Oh, okay, cool. If you are if you're a current trial member and you want to take advantage of this, you have to send us a text message right now, 786-505-4049. Send us a text message, 786-505-4049. We have to whitelist your email address so that you can use this code, okay? Or else it won't let you sign up for it. That's for any trials, any previous members, any previous trials. Don't be stupid. You know, take advantage of opportunity when it's in front of you. I don't know how else, what better way to put that. So, all right.
Yeah, the solutions are right in front of you guys, but you can lead a horse to water.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to be willing to invest in yourself. So many of you would put $950 into some stock that somebody on Twitter is going to go to the moon.
They're either going to do it or they're not. I mean, look, I like the idea of going through the trial way better. So do our members. We're quickly approaching. We have well over 10,000 members. So it's up to them. This is a real solution that works. I want to join, but my finances don't permit it. Scott, if your finances don't permit $950, stop trading, stop investing, take a break, get your finances right, and come back. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have $950, you should not be going through this process like this. That's just, it's no different than what Mike was saying 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
All right. Sir Duffster. No way. What is this? Oh, never mind. That's something else. I guess that's somebody renewing. I'm not sure. All right. So that's it, man.
Yeah. TTGoffer.com, guys. TTG121 coupon code. If you guys have any questions, you can also text us at 786-505-4049. Again, if you're currently a trial, used to be an annual member, you guys also text that number. We got to whitelist your email. So we're going to find out right now, all of those people that typed TTG when I said, are you serious? We're going to find out just how serious that you were. Do we get training classes as 7-day trial member? Professor X, I thought you said you joined yesterday, though. So what do you? No, I mean, Professor X said I joined for $950 yesterday. That was what you just said. So, but now you're asking about as a trial member. So yeah, you get training classes, but you get 3 sample training classes. You get 3 sample courses. You get 3 sample courses. Okay. You do not get the full curriculum as a trial member. The trial is free. So no, you're not going to get the entire curriculum, which is the simplified and expanded upon version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. You're not going to get access to that. You get 3 sample courses when you guys join the trial membership. But if you join right now, ttgoffer.com, you spend the $950. That's it for the whole year. You get all the courses and all the tools. You do get the entire curriculum. All our beginner courses, all the advanced courses, options, swing trade, psychology, crypto. You trade with us. Inside chat. You have the mobile app that lets you guys be connected to chat even if you're not in front of your computer. You get access to all the tools, the resources, all the workshops, everything you guys have access to if you guys join, but you only have until I'm done with this live stream. And then we're just going to close it back down. You'll have to join the trial membership first. And then the price of the membership will be around $1,800. You can join now for $950. And then if you can't make back the $950 at least one time during your membership, after going through the courses, the quizzes, and attending a study group, I'll give you back $1,900. It's double your money back guarantee. I stand behind this platform. I believe in its ability to help you reach your goals. And that's how we put our money where our mouth is. You pay $950, can't make it back, I'll give you back $1,900. We've only had to give a refund to about 2.43% of members. And we are 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 2,000 reviews. And our retention rate is 78%. That means 78% of our members renew their membership or have upgraded to become a lifetime member. So that's why I can offer you double your money back. If our refund rate was 15 or 20%, I wouldn't be able to offer you guys double your money back. I wouldn't be able to. We would go out of business. But since it's 2.43%, I can offer you double your money back without batting an eye. All right. So again, that's ttgoffer.com, ttg121. So like I said, we'll see how many of you that typed TTG that said you were serious. We'll see how many of you actually are. With that said, I'll take maybe a couple more questions. We'll give some time for those people that are serious about learning this stuff a chance to open up the web browser. Am I able to learn all the classes anytime online on my time? Yes, Professor X. The courses are available to you 24/7, 365, multiple times. So you can go through the courses whenever you want. All right. You can go through the courses whenever you want, as many times as you want. Senator McCarthy is saying, I'm sorry, not Senator. Just McCarthy is saying, saw no new movement in debt limit talks. Not Senator. Saw no new movement in debt limit talks. That's a headline coming across CNBC right now. Shocking. I'm telling you, it's going to be like this for the next 2 weeks. Be ready for it. Telling you. Democrats and Republicans are going to kick and scream. They're going to fight on a playground. It's all for show. It's all just to show their base that they're standing up to the other side. It's so ridiculous. Happens every single time. Doesn't matter who's in control. Doesn't matter what president there is. It's happened every time. Exactly. And at the very last minute, miraculously, they have a deal to raise the debt ceiling. They're always going to raise the debt ceiling because nobody wants to be responsible for being the laughing stock of the world. Nobody wants to be responsible for being the laughing stock of the world. All right. Any more questions, folks? All right, guys, ask me. You guys have any more questions? Thoughts on AMD? Somebody else asked me this earlier today. I think it's such a tough call. I think it's such a tough call. I love AMD. I love AMD for the long term. I own AMD in my long-term portfolio. I've owned it for a long time. I bought more of it last year when the markets were crashing. But it's at a very, very, very tough spot on the daily chart for more upside. Once you get to 100, it's a really tough level. It's a really, really, really tough level. And, you can see here that you had a tremendous support level here at this area. You broke underneath it in 2022. It then became resistance. It then became resistance again in March, right? And now here you are, 95. How much more upside is there? Do you think we're going to break above this level and you think that AMD is going to really start to rip face? You better think that the NASDAQ and the overall markets are going to rip if that's the case. AMD has not participated in the rally as much as NVIDIA has because of its AI factor. Investors feel like AMD is not putting enough of a focus on AI. Meanwhile, NVIDIA has made it its bread and butter, and that's why that stock has exploded so far in 2023. It's one of the top performing stocks in the entire market so far in 2023. I just feel that I love AMD for the long term, but the short term, I think the upside is limited. So McCarthy is saying they're going to reconvene debt talks on Friday. So they're going to meet again on Friday to go over debt, to talk more debt talks. Renako, welcome to the family, guys. Everybody welcome Renako. Renako just joined the TeachD family. You guys only have about 15 minutes or so before we wrap up this live stream. We're going to leave this open for you guys. If you're serious about joining, you can go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121. We got to welcome Jimmy. Jimmy just joined, so Jimmy's the newest member of the group. Stuart, welcome. So it's Renako, Jimmy, Stuart. Welcome to the family, guys. Welcome to the family. You got took advantage. 57% discount. You guys got yourself a free laptop. We cover the shipping for the laptop. We ship anywhere in the world. We have members in over 100 countries. We've given them all their laptops. So we ship anywhere in the world. We cover the shipping. It's on us. It's our gift to you guys for joining. So Renako, Jimmy, Stuart, welcome. You guys are the newest members of the group. I look forward to trading with you. Tomorrow's going to be a wild and crazy day. Guys, don't forget, if you're a trial member or you used to be trial or you used to be annual member, and you guys want this deal, you have to text us 786-505-4049. 786-505-4049. We have to whitelist your email address. That's why, because you guys have previously had an account with us. All right, so allowing you guys to join right now while I'm still live. Once this live stream is done, that'll be it. You'll have to go through the trial membership. And then after your trial, you'll have to apply if you want to join. We may or may not accept you depending on your interactions as a trial member, and the price will be around $1,800. So again, if you guys want to join now, we got to welcome Philip. Philip, welcome. Guys, welcome Philip. Philip, you guys are making, listen, I said before, we're going to find out who's actually serious. So, Philip, welcome to the family, man. You are serious. ttgoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. Remember, you guys have a double your money back guarantee on this. So, if you can't make the $950 back at least one time after going through the courses, passing the quizzes, attending a study group, we're going to give you back $1,900. That's the deal. Shabir, welcome. Everybody welcome Shabir, newest member of the group. Everybody welcome Shabir. I'll take one or two more questions just to give a couple more minutes. You guys can see a bunch of people signing up. This offer is good until I'm done with this live stream, so you better hurry up. Open up a new web browser, or if you're having a hard time, we got Rosa. Guys, we got Rosa says, I'm coming back. I'm texting right now. So be on the lookout for a text message from Rosa. 786-505-4049. Text that number if you're having a hard time signing up. If you want to sign up, but maybe you're driving, right? If you guys are maybe driving, like, listen, I don't want you guys to get into an accident if you're driving and you're trying to sign up. All right. So like I said, you can text that number, 786-505-4049. I want you fumbling in your purse or your wallet, looking for your credit card while you guys are trying to drive. So text that number. We'll get you guys hooked up and taken care of. If you used to be a member like Rosa, text that number. We'll whitelist your email. We'll get you guys taken care of. And don't forget, the CPI number comes out at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow, Eastern time. So the mods and I will be live with you guys to call that out when it comes out. So like I said, I'll take maybe one or two more questions, guys. If you guys have any more questions for me, just fire them in chat. You guys have done a great job with the questions. You guys have asked some really, really, really good questions lately. Amazon, pull back under 500. Pull back under 105. I mean, you're right here at 106. I think whether Amazon pulls back under 105 is just going to be based on this CPI number. Amazon will be highly correlated to the overall market, Shabir. If the number comes in light, then Amazon probably sees 109, 110. If the number comes in hot, you're looking at Amazon back at 101, 102. So I would just wait to see what the CPI number is and then attack Amazon based on that. You're going to have a high correlation there. We got to welcome Byron. Byron, welcome to the family. Nice. We just got Rosa says, I just texted. I'm just waiting. Looking forward to getting you back in. Welcome back home, Rosa. So Byron, welcome to the family. All right, guys, maybe one more question. Who's got a good one for me? Remember, this $950 price point for the annual membership with the free laptop and the double your money back guarantee is good until I'm done with this live stream. So if you're having a hard time signing up and you want this deal, text us now, 786-505-4049. Meta, it doesn't seem to be able to break 235. And with the gap below, what's your thoughts on filling the gap before it climbs higher? Great question from Potsy. I love the technical analysis talk. Filling this gap, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if we fill the gap back to 210. That would be the gap fill. I do think that you can pull back to the low 220s. So this 235 level, you're right. We can't break this. And there was some news today also that put some pressure on the stock. So you see how it used to be support. You broke under it, and now for the last 3 days, you see how it's been a resistance. So there's 3-day support. You broke it, 3-day resistance. And Potsy's question is, what do you think about, the downside move? And I don't know if you get all the way to 210, 209. Your actual gap fill is 209.5. That's also the 50-day moving average, which is this blue line. The dark blue line, that's your 50-day moving average. I think you would need a pretty significant sell-off, Potsy, in the overall market. Now, could that be a realistic target if the CPI number comes in at 5.3 and the core number comes in at 5.6 or 5.7? You betcha, absolutely. Okay? You betcha absolutely that level comes into play. But if you're just looking for a gap fill without a market sell-off, I think that takes a long time. And I think you probably bounce off of 220. So I'd say you're probably better off with shorts off 235 to 220 and adjust expectations a bit. Because what you don't want to have happen is a lot of times traders will set a price target for themselves on a swing trade, but they underestimate how long it's going to take for the trade to get there. And you don't account for that with your expiration date if you're trading options, and you run out of time. And even though you're right on the trade, the time decay eats into your contract, and you make peanuts on the trade, even though you were right. Worse, or maybe even worse, you lose money on the trade, even though you were right. So, to make a move like that without an overall market sell-off is going to take some time, or obviously an individual news catalyst that would be negative. But we can't place our trades based on news that we don't know is coming yet, right? So I think you're better off with a trade game plan to get the move to like 222 than you are looking for the move to 209. All right, one more question, folks. What CPI number are we hoping for to make the most money and would create the most volatility? Great question. That's going to be 5.3 or higher on the CPI headline number. That's going to be 5.6 or higher on the core CPI number. So the most money making, or the creating the most volatility, will be if this number comes in significantly higher than expected. So if the number comes in significantly higher than expected, then I think you get a big red day that takes you down to 404. So it's expected to be 5.0 on the headline. It's expected to be 5.5 on the core. 5.1, not enough to do this. But if you get like a 5.3 headline number and like a 5.7 core number, then I think you see the markets, can really start to give you a really sizable breakdown. And that's going to provide tremendous trading opportunities. You'll be looking at multiple triple-digit gains for the rest of the week inside of chat with some of the alerts that the moderators and I will be going after if that's the number that we do get. So that's why I'm very excited about this CPI number. We had 4 triple-digit gains last week. We had 11 triple-digit gains the week before. Haven't had any triple digits here the last 2 days. That's because the market has moved this much. As we wait for CPI, tomorrow is when the real fun begins. Rosa, welcome to the family. Welcome back home. Rosa, welcome back home. Used to be a member, has now come back home. Again, guys, if you're previous trial or previous annual member, and you guys want this deal, text us right now, 786-505-4049. Get ready for the CPI number tomorrow. It's going to be a big one. And then after the CPI number, you have the PPI number on Thursday. So you got CPI inflation Wednesday, PPI inflation Thursday. It's more economic data on Friday. Jobless claims also on Thursday. I mean, this is going to be a wild and crazy back half of this week. Don't trade through it alone. One more question, folks. I'll take one more. You guys are asking such great questions. I'll take one more. Again, go to ttgoffer.com. You have about 5 minutes before I'm done with this live stream. Been screwed over a lot. Why should I trust you? Hayden, I'll give you my answer, but I want to prove a point to you. Watch very closely, Hayden. Members of True Trading Group, type the number 1 in chat if you have been screwed over before and you were skeptical of True Trading Group at first, and now your only regret is you did not join sooner. Type the number 1 in chat if that applies to you. Hayden, I fully appreciate what you're saying. You're not alone on this. Watch how many people type the number 1. These are members of True Trading Group that have been screwed over in the past, were skeptical at first, and now wish they joined sooner. Now, I asked members to type this because I think it's always better for you to see what members are experiencing rather than just me saying it myself. What makes us different? First and foremost, we're fully transparent. We're a complete open book. If you have any questions about us, Hayden, you can text 786-505-4049. You're going to talk to one of the partners of this company and get real questions and real answers to your questions. If you have any questions at all, we're a fully transparent open book. We have a trading history tab on our website that every transaction gets uploaded from the moderators' accounts, every buy and every sell. So you see every win, every loss, every break-even trade that we make. You're also going to be getting access to a professional level of education. I'm not teaching you some special secret gimmick that only I know about, but nobody else in the world knows. And I'm going to teach it to you. That's nonsense. I'm just giving you the same level of education that I received when I worked at a fund in New York. You have 9 professional traders that are guiding you through a trading day, not just one. And you're part of a community of traders that genuinely gives a damn whether or not you succeed or fail. And I back up all of these claims with a double your money back guarantee. Find me one company that offers you a double your money back guarantee based on your P&L. I'm telling you, you're going to join True Trading Group for $950. If you can't make $950 back at least one time after going through our courses, passing our quizzes, and attending one study group, we'll give you back $1,900. That's how confident we are in the platform that we've created. Nobody else will back up their claims like we do. I know I talk a big game, but we put our money where our mouth is, and that's how we prove it to you. I don't think you need the double money back guarantee, but it's there for peace of mind. There to hold us accountable. All right, guys, what I'm going to do here now, if you're not interested in membership at all, you can sign off the live stream. If you are interested, let me show you what the platform actually looks like. I made more than that during my trial. There you go. Boom. I love it. If you're not interested, you guys can sign off the live stream. I'm done with the educational stuff. I'm done taking questions. I'll show you guys now what the platform actually looks like so you can see everything you're going to get access to as a member. Because like I said, it is an all-inclusive membership. So, of course, you're going to get our chat room. The chat room is where the mods and I share our screen. We're live with the mic. We're calling out trades, answering questions. We're with you from pre-market till the end of the day. We're not gone after an hour, and you have to fend for yourself. You got the mobile app, lets you get real-time push notifications when mods enter and exit trades. This way you can follow along with everything we're doing in chat, even if you guys have super busy schedules. You get 2 private study groups to speed up your learning curve, the Benzinga Pro news feed to get news as soon as it crosses the wire, congressional trading data to track the trades from members of Congress, Trading Views premium charts. That's about $600 a year. Invested with Fidelity for 15 years and learned more in the courses in the last 2 days after joining Sunday. Wow. Russ Porter, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. It's amazing what an actual real education can do for you guys. You get our own proprietary scanner as well. That'll help you create your own custom scans. You get dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, short data. All of this is included, guys. You don't pay extra for this. The trade ideas scanner, make sure you're focused on the hottest stocks during the day. A trading journal tracks your trades, breaks it down to the statistics. You can see what you're doing wrong. Social sentiment scanner tells you what stocks are being talked about most on social media. Analyst ratings on any stock. So you can see how many stocks have a buy, sell, or hold rating. A watch list every day where the moderators tell you what stocks we're focusing on with a game plan and what prices we're buying, what prices we're selling. Our courses, simplified and expanded upon version of the 3-month educational training program I went through at the fund. Beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto futures. You get access to all of them. There's no VIP courses that cost more money after you join. There's no upsells. And then you guys get a video library that has about 600 hours of workshops and webinars covering a variety of topics. And you can start attending these workshops live once you become a full-time member. It's time you guys invested in something real, something that can actually help you reach your goals. I can't guarantee you're going to be successful just because you joined your training group, but I can guarantee if you can't make back $950 after going through our courses, passing our quizzes, attending a study group, I'll give you back $1,900. Go to ttgoffer.com, use the code TTG121, get your 57% discount. You get a free laptop with it, and you guys have the double your money back guarantee. If you guys have any questions or you're a trial, previous trial, or previous member, you must text us first, 786-505-4049. Thanks for joining me tonight, folks. My TTG fam, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the CPI number. Have a great night, folks. If you haven't done so already, subscribe, smash the like button, turn on notifications. I'll see you guys tomorrow.